Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is middle of the month for the month of March tarot oracle reading. And Taurus, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Taurus, we still all have a little bit of Taurus in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is it in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. Keep in mind, this is a general or collective reading, meaning parts may or may not resonate with you. Just take what works for you and leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what were you doing in your life back then? It could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is about carrying a heavy load. Now, sometimes this heavy load can be, the wands represent actions taken or not taken, and seeds that you've planted, by taking actions. And so these can represent a load that's heavy with the fruit of your labors, and it's time to enjoy it. Sometimes these can be carrying the burdens of others, and sometimes it can be a combination of both. So this person is carrying this load, and because it's so heavy in the way he's carrying it, he can't see the forest for the trees, basically. He is almost home. He's almost there, but he can't see it. So he's struggling to think, I can't keep going, I can't keep going. Yes, you can keep going. You're almost there. You just can't see it. Many people give up right before they're about to be successful. So this is saying, keep going, don't quit now. And if you're thinking there's a better way to get this load home, there probably is. Put down burdens that don't belong to you and let other people that are responsible for those burdens pick them up and deal with them themselves. And, maybe you have a pickup truck that you could come back with and load them up on that and make it a little bit easier for yourself. So we're also going to look now for the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck for the internal forces. So the internal forces are saying that you are, whether you are expecting it or not, there's some major change coming in your life. And if it's about carrying other people's burdens, it could be just as easy as put them down. It's interesting here, we have the death card represents birth, rebirth, and death, kind of in whatever order. But this is a transition of going from what is to something different. And this is talking about an ending. So this is a cycle that's ending. I feel this cycle is ending. Of feeling like you have to carry other people's burdens. I feel like some of this is probably harvest though as well. So you would have to decide. We have here the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper isn't meant to be scary, but he is kind of scary looking. He is just, a lot of cultures consider the Grim Reaper like the symbol of death and rebirth. And so he's riding the white horse through here, and this is talking about, the flag here is talking about light at the end of the tunnel. And we have just come through two major eclipses, the first in the season for the spring eclipses. And we're about to have the spring equinox on the 21st. So it's not that far away here. The equinox is when the days and the nights are equal in length. And we have a lot of this energy here. The king has been trampled. Now, this isn't representing an actual king, but it's talking about systems that we thought would always exist, that have existed forever, going through major transition. And we are definitely seeing that in the monarchy in England at this time. We have, for the first time in the history of the monarchy in over 3 centuries, a member of the monarchy being arrested, and it's on serious charges. So he has not been he hasn't been charged with anything, but he was arrested, and they're still investigating it. We have So that, it's causing a lot of problems for the monarchy. We have the files that came out, and the files are exposing all sorts of people. We just had the president, the ex-president, former president of the United States of America, and his wife testifying at a deposition regarding those files. And that was really weird and not pretty. And so, it's just been a lot of energy like that. We have now a major war happening between Iran and United States and Israel. And so there's a lot happening on the world right now, plus all the other little things that are happening all over the world. Little smaller disagreements, whatever. So we're going through a lot of transition right now. The thing about March, the whole month is just full of planets moving, like planets that are really large planets, changing houses and making transitions and conjuncting with each other. And it's very volatile energy at that time. Plus we have these two eclipses. One was a lunar and one was a full moon lunar eclipse. So that one we just had on the 3rd of March here. If you want to know more about those, because there's so much to them, you can go to my playlist for the full moon, new moon, because there's so much information about all those astrological effects that already have been. And I want to talk about the ones that are coming up for us right now. So, this small child, like this older person is trying to barter with the Grim Reaper. Hey, if I give you this, will you go away? We don't want change here. But these young people here, this little one is offering a flower to the Grim Reaper. And this is representing wanting to bloom and have rebirth. We have... Okay, so the first card out here is the 8 of Cups, and this is talking about walking away from something that this can quite often represents romantic love. It could be like an 8-year relationship that you have been in that you've decided to walk away from, or your partner has decided to walk away from. And look at this, we have the full moon and the new moon, and this represents this eclipse energy that we're in right now. We had, so if you want to look that up, but basically the eclipse season is when the first eclipse was a solar eclipse, and the moon was covering the sun for a short period. And so, that one was in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about the group energy, and opposing that, directly opposite Aquarius on the horoscope wheel, is Leo. And so the Leo was opposing that energy, and Leo is all about I'm a leader, and if I'm going to lead the group, then I need to be able to look after myself right now so I can get strong to do so. And Aquarius energy was saying, no, you need to look after the group first and then think about yourself. So it was a bit of a back and forth energy there. And then we had, on the 3rd, we had the full moon, and it was a lunar eclipse. So here the sun the moon turns blood red in color because the sun is shining on the moon and blocking it out, basically, its light out. And so it turns it kind of that red color. And that energy is, the sun was shining strong light on anything hidden in the full moon. The full moon is in Virgo. And so that moon was just like 5 days ago. And so it was intense because it had the eclipse, and the Virgo energy was saying, you need to clean up your domestic environment. You need to get everything in order, so that you can have more support for everything else you do in your life. And Virgo energy likes things in order. Cleanliness is next to godliness, that kind of energy. And opposing that energy, we had, my head is tired here. Virgo energy. I've been doing a lot of reading in the last 6 hours. So the Virgo energy was being opposed, and it was like a struggle between your work life and your home life. So this energy is now, there's light has been shone upon that, and now the best thing that you can do is plan to make the small changes that you need to do, clean up your environment. If you have a cluttered house or home, it clutters your mind. Cleaning up your environment can do wonders for being able to, have your mind calm. And also, this is also really good energy for preparing, if you get as organized as you can, preparing for that new upcoming energy. Because we have a new moon coming in now on the 18th. And that's going to, be a great time if you're ready for that to move into new energy. We've got also, right at this time, Mercury is in retrograde. So Mercury is the sign, it rules, Mercury rules communication, basically. And so when Mercury goes retrograde, it went retrograde on the 26th of February, and it will be retrograde until the 20th of March. So during that time, quite often you may find that there are problems in communication and in technology. I had a weird thing happen. I did a reading yesterday, it was later in the evening, and it just so happened to also be my dad is a Pisces, and he passed 23 years ago. And when I went to upload the video, it's blurry, and I'm like, why is it blurry? There is nothing. I checked the phone, every other video is perfect. I didn't do anything differently. But that's sometimes the way that our ancestors on the other side, when they're trying to get our attention, they will contact us through weirdness in technology, lights flashing, that kind of energy. So that's it's talking about at this time to really use your intuition, because not just your logic, because the communication can be very half-assed basically during a Mercury retrograde. The other thing, but it is also one of the best times to look back at the past, and a lot of times people from your past will come in and they'll want to reunite or reconcile with you, or they just are nosy and they want to know, hey, what are you doing? And so it's kind of an energy of, you can go back to the past and look at it and make plans and learn from it, double up on what worked, and let go of what didn't. That kind of energy. Clean up your environment, get your plans in order, so that when the energy shifts and we're ready to move forward, that you will be ready. And walking away this card's been coming up a lot in the last 2-3 weeks because of this eclipse season. So the other thing that I really want to mention here, because it's quite important, is on the 23rd of March. Mercury's back out of goes direct on the 20th of March, but on the 23rd of March, it joins the North Node, the North Star energy, which is your destined path, and it can really shine a lot of clarity on the 23rd of March, clarity on your situation, maybe things that you still aren't sure of. And so just keep that in mind. So that's a lot of energy coming off this one card, but I want to explain that to you. And then if you want to go into it further, go to that playlist. I will be doing a reading for the upcoming new moon here after these ones. But the eclipse season, it does have a profound effect on us. You can really look into it. The last time that we had similar energy as we do now in this month of March, we had for historical events, get this, we had the Black Plague, and we also had the Spanish flu. Isn't that interesting? And one was the Black Plague was in 1347, and the Spanish flu was in 1918, and so there, it's kind of a disruptive energy for the planet, and that's what we're seeing now. It's not necessarily about plagues and that kind of energy, but it's talking about major disruptions in you know, on the planet globally. And that's what, you know, has happened when when we've had similar energy to now. And so when we're looking at this energy, you know, what's happening in the world right now, you know, we can look back and say, well, the world survived it. So, but it's kind of a rough time to be on the planet right now. We have although with this energy, there's a lot of planets that have moved into Aries. And so this is talking about new. And so if you don't fight the change, and just get prepared for it, you're going to be in a much better position. So this is the idea, get to work. This is the Eight of Pentacles. The Pentacles in the tarot represent your health, wealth, your happiness, your ability to live a really good lifestyle. So you could have all the money in the world. And, you know, of course, coin is a very big part of, you know, the lifestyle. But you could have all the money in the world and not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So this is talking about having the lifestyle, like if you have your health, you have your wealth, you have your, you know, some time to enjoy it, that kind of energy. This card is the only one where, of all the pentacles, where the person is actually working on the actual coin. So this is about making money, this card right here, actually making it. And so this can talk about, you just started a project and you're on the second pentacle and you have 6 to go, or you have 6 pentacles done and you have the 7th that you're almost done, and you have the 8th to go. And I feel like, you know, judging from this card, because there's 8 here, that it could be that you're almost finished this project and you're walking, like, so this can be, most often is about romance or a partnership, you know, like a commitment. But it could be, you might be walking away from work that you used to love to do and now you don't, that kind of energy. We'll see. Okay, the Hierophant is coming in. So the Hierophant is talking about traditional structure coming down, you know, onto the planet, like on planet Earth. We're seeing a lot of that right now also. We're seeing a lot of hearings and depositions and, you know, all sorts of, you know, every day you look, oh, someone else is, you know, like involved in this and involved in that. We have to be really careful at this time that we're not making snap judgments on people, that we have the information clear, because AI is getting better and better, and a lot of people, for whatever reason, feel the need to make things more confusing on the planet. Like, I don't know what some of them might have a good reason to do that, to scramble the energy, but others just, I don't know what, they need to find something else to do, in my opinion. Why make things even more confusing for the planet right now? It's not like it's already, you know, high anxiety level as it is. So this energy here, the Hierophant, is representing traditional structure coming through from the spiritual realm onto the physical. The Hierophant has his right hand in the form of a blessing, which means that it's meant, this structure is meant to bring peace to people on the planet. And so if you're a religious person, then this could represent someone like a bishop, a cardinal, the Pope, that kind of energy. It could be represent gurus, you know, that you know, different from different religions, and it could also, if you're a more spiritual person, then it could mean that you just go straight to the top. You go to source energy and do a lot of meditating and go within to reach that source energy. And then we also have the traditional structure on Earth. And so this is talking about the legal system for bringing justice in. And so this energy is talking about the Hierophant. It's his job to make sure that whatever is happening in the spiritual realm, you know, if spiritual court is in session and judgment has been called, then that judgment has to be brought down to the earth, and the karma has to be distributed, and people have to pay the price, and, you know, justice, meting out justice. That's the Hierophant's job. And then we have the Lovers. So I do feel then that this is about that. This is talking though. This could be you left. This could be you left a relationship, or your partner left a relationship because they met someone else, and they felt this was a more suitable partner, partner for them to be with. And the sun is shining on this, so this generally will mean like this is a divine partnership. There may have been something happening in your relationship. And so because sometimes when the Hierophant is coming in with the blessing, sometimes when there's traditional structure brought down and law and order put into place, it can be very challenging at the time, but in the end, it's a blessing in disguise. And this is talking about a divine connection. The sun represents God's energy. And so this angel is pulling these two people together. So this is talking about, your intuition guiding you, and that these two people are supposed to meet. They have an agreement to get together, like as a divine couple on some level. And it could be someone you don't know. The clouds in between the people represent an energy of not really knowing each other. So this could be someone you've never met. It could be someone that you've met but you've never been in a relationship with before. Generally, that's the energy. And then we have, because we have an Ace of Cups coming in. So this is all about new love coming in. So whatever you walked away from, I'm just getting it was a lot of work, unnecessary work, like burdensome, that kind of energy. And you're just ready to put it down because it's not like the payoff is not worth all the energy that you have to pour into it. The Pentacles represent not just money, they represent your time and your energy and your money, and how do you invest it? Who do you invest it in? What is the return you get out of that? The give and take of life. So the Ace of Cups is a gift from the divine and from the universe collaborating for you to bring in this relationship that's more suitable so that you can get on your destined path of what you came here to Earth to do. And this is talking about someone coming in that is beneficial for you, that inspires you and lifts your energy up rather than taking it down. The Ace of Cups energy, this cup, you see there's a dove here representing the peace and the never-ending flow of love. And this is almost like a fountain that just keeps refilling. This water represents emotion, and you notice it's gentle enough that there's lilies growing here. And significantly, lilies grow out of the mud. So out of the mud comes all these some of the most beautiful flowers around. And then look at this. We have an Ace of Swords coming in. So this is saying that another gift that you're receiving from the divine is like this cup of love here, and also the truth about what happened here. And this will make it easier for you to make the transition. When you have the truth, this card is representing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. And this energy is talking about it's time for you to understand what's going on so that you can make strong choices based on the facts rather than, the information that's maybe not 100% clear coming in. And we have, because it looks like it's this same energy here. We have the 8 of, look at that, we have 888, which 888 is like, whoa, that's a lot of manifestation. So it's talking about you've been manifesting at a very high level, but you've been held back because this is like a mental prison. And it feels like this energy, this person's bound up, and that represents someone who is trapped in a mental prison. They don't feel that they can leave this mental prison because they are carrying the burdens maybe of others, and they feel that they have to on some level. So this can represent sort of an energy here of family or a lover or your children, ancestors, descendants. It could be a lot of different things, but basically this is saying like this person has 7 thoughts behind her. The swords represent your intelligence, your discipline of your mind, your thoughts and, you know, the words that you use, because we put our thoughts into words, and then those words can become actions, right? And so this is, you know, words can be used as weapons, and they can also be used as to uplift people. And so this energy is talking about, she's got her one foot forward now on dry land here, and that's her right foot. So this is someone who I feel that you've worked through. This is external forces though, but this could be your energy dealing with external forces coming in. And I feel like you don't have the whole truth, but I feel that this sword here, you've worked through all of these. I feel there was a lot more water here before. You know, the left foot here is still in a puddle of water, but it's very shallow. And I feel at one time there was way more water here. It's not saying your emotions are shallow, but there was way more emotion attached to this situation, making it more challenging for you to get to the true facts of the issue. And for some reason you feel like it was your duty to stand by this energy, to stick to it, to try and do your best to make it work. So if you were married and you made a promise to, you know, stay with someone for the rest of your life, that would make sense. Now we have the Three of Cups coming in. And I just wanted to say, okay, so the what ifs are when you'll know it's what ifs, because the what ifs are when you are saying you can't sleep at night and you're like, what if this happens? What if I do that and they do this? What if, woulda, shoulda, coulda kind of energy. And so this energy of walking away now, this is saying you are done, like I'm done. And this is your self-image, how you identify yourself right now. And you feel like, I have put up with enough shift. I'm done. I'm just not putting up with this shift anymore. I'm walking away from it. This is your abundance and self-worth. You've been working hard and you've been diligently at work. And focused more on work than anything else. And maybe that's your safe place at this time. This is talking about your communication in early life. So you were taught, you know, what's right between right and wrong. And, you know, you do your best to follow that and stay on your path. This is your emotional foundation. So this card could represent that an energy of like the sun is shining on this relationship. So it's talking about probably that you were in a family that stayed together, but not necessarily out of like, oh, because I want to, but out of duty, more like that kind of energy. This is about creativity, romance, and children. So you may be thinking at this time, perhaps you're not married and haven't been yet, but you're thinking, I would like to start a family, have that kind of energy, or I would rather be a single parent and raise my children, you know, have them in the way that I want to raise them. There could be a lot of back and forth arguing and stuff when this energy comes up. And then this is talking about how it's affecting your health and your daily routine and your habits, because you're always having to, I'm just double check, triple check, you know, what's going on. There's a lot of words being spoken clearly behind your back. There's a lot of energy going on behind your back kind of energy, and you can't really see like what to do about it. It's kind of like, you know, love is blind kind of energy. So you may have been in that position. Now, when this card comes up in context with these, I'm thinking, oh, this is a situation. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. Having said that, for me, these people are not looking at each other, so they're not celebrating each other. And they're celebrating something that happened. And quite often these cups represent romantic love. So why is there 3 people instead of 2? I just feel like this energy is like gossip, slander. This might even represent the reason why you walked away. If you look here, you'll see that there are 2 cups here and 1 here. And it's almost like these 5, maybe this first 5 years of your marriage was lined up really great. And then all of a sudden there's a gap here in between the 2 cups and this one. And that sometimes can represent this third party energy being involved in your relationship. And one of these people could be one of those people that is part of this third party. And they may be celebrating that you walked away from the relationship. That's the energy I'm picking up. When people toast each other and they don't look at each other, in a lot of cultures, particularly in Europe, if you toast someone and they don't look you in the eye, then it causes, they have a suspicion it causes 7 years of bad luck in your love relationship. And so in your romantic life. And so it defeats the purpose then, doesn't it? So they're celebrating, but what are they celebrating? And it's not like, it feels like they're celebrating you walking away from this relationship. And this is external forces. So the external forces are not what if. You'd be more like saying, what the EF? Like, I've been working hard, doing all this, doing everything right as much as I can. And yet, how is this happening? Why am I so unhappy, basically? And then this is talking about transition coming in. And this is talking now. Now we're talking 10 of Pentacles here. So the 10 of Pentacles is saying it's raining money. You live in the mansion, in the home, in the area you want to live in. You have the perfect partner and the perfect 2.5 children, the pets. And you have time to stop and visit with the neighbors. And sometimes this card can be talking about some sort of abundance or fortune coming in an unknown way. So unknown information coming through. And that would make sense with this here, with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We have the Queen of Wands coming through. So the Queen of Wands is in the position of your higher learning. So this could be, perhaps you've met, maybe this is the new energy coming in for you, because this represents, you know, the Queen of Wands is considered very sexy and a natural beauty. She has a sunny disposition represented by the sunflower here. It follows the sun. She really uses her intuition and her logic together so that she can come up with creative solutions to problems. So she's not someone who worries a lot. In this energy here, she makes her choices based on creative solutions. And her element is the element of fire. And, you know, her wand is made of wood, and wood feeds fire. So this is talking also, coming from a tree, that this has strong roots like our ancestors, and then the offshoots are our descendants. And so this energy, the Queen of Wands, is, you know, she also has this black cat here, and she has a black cat. She doesn't care if other people think that it's, you know, bad luck. She likes her cat. She's keeping her cat. It's that kind of energy. She's an individual, like very like a independent person, basically. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So this is representing, I feel, your energy of wanting to present this cup of love to the Queen of Wands. Now, in tarot, just to remind you of this in case you don't know this also, these are archetypes. So the Queen of Wands could be a male in their feminine energy as well as a female in her feminine energy. And same with the Knight of Cups. This energy could be a female in her masculine energy, or a male in his masculine energy. So the Knight of Cups is talking about, okay, there's going to be a proposal for some love here. And the Knight in shining armor is what you read about in the romance novels, and, you know, and featured in the movies, you know, someone that is actually offering a solid cup of love here. And that's also regarding your reputation. So this is going to be a good connection. This is the connection here. Someone that tells the truth, that you don't always have to be wondering, are they sneaking around behind my back kind of energy. And he does seem to be bringing this cup to the Queen of Wands. And then we have here the illusions of the moon. So the illusions of the moon are talking about... you know, we have the energy of the sun, the full moon, and the new moon, and it's talking again about this eclipse energy that we're in. So this new moon coming up is going to be in the sign of Pisces, and That new moon will be on the 18th of March. I will do a separate reading for that, but just knowing that it's in the sign of Pisces, and this means that it's a good time to commit to your personal goals, and also being able to accept imperfections in others. Like understanding that we live in a 3D world, and it's, you know, things can be perfectly imperfect or imperfectly perfect. And it's also talking about, because of the Pisces energy, that imagination is really something that you could use to move yourself forward in your goals. An open mind is a huge asset at this time. Like a closed mind, saying like it has to be a certain way, can really slow you down in your goals. And it's also in matters of love. Like it's more that, you know, the energy is a little bit more, you know, it can be kind of dreamy or give people second chance kind of energy. And with this retrograde energy, I say, like, if someone has shown you who they are the first time around, and this is how you're feeling when, you know, after they're around, or when you're, you know, when you're looking into the relationship, this is the energy you're in, then, you know, you might want to take a look at that. And I feel that, again, you know, us with the retrograde and everything else, and on another factor coming in for the love, for those of you that are looking at this as a potential new partnership in love, Venus moved into the sign of Mars also. So we had Neptune, and we had Saturn, and we have Venus all in Aries energy together. So it's a full house there. And so this energy, when the energy moved into Aries for Venus, Venus is about love. And Venus energy in Aries would be more like assertive in love, less idealistic like it was when it was in Pisces. So that's kind of the energy that we're in. And then the last card here is talking about, once you know what you know, and you know it's the truth, then you have conviction beyond a doubt as to how to move forward. And this is talking on a spiritual level, as well as this is talking about this Hierophant energy coming in. And you notice this person has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And so this can be talking about straddling two different worlds here. And it can also be talking maybe about these burdens, making other people pick them up. And hey, when you put burdens down that you've been carrying for other people, don't expect them to be Yahoo! They probably would rather you didn't do that. They're used to you doing it for them, and it can be a little bit rocky. Now, there's something else that I've been noticing in this reading that I just want to talk about before we clarify here. For those of you that are this is the last thing that I want to mention. When this Hierophant energy comes in, and it's talking about some sort of justice needing to come down to earth, there's a few cards here that, you know, could imply like a legal situation. So we have, like, for instance, this card here could be actually about making money, like as in counterfeit, identity theft, you know, white-collar crime like that, you know, Ponzi schemes, like romance schemes, like all sorts of schemes. With AI, the schemes are getting more and more difficult to, to notice right away. And so you have to really be careful of that energy right now. There's also this energy of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, coming in. And that's what you say when you're in when you're swearing on a Bible in a court of law. And we also have this energy here, this mental prison in the 3D can represent an actual prison for doing something, and that was possibly illegal, and it would have been for money, and there's people talking about it. So if that's happened, this justice is coming in. If they're gossiping about this energy, then it's coming through. And this here is talking, the transition comes, because, and why would they do something like this? Follow the money. That's what this is saying. Follow the money, which is quite often the case. Just follow the money and you'll figure it out. They want this lifestyle, and they thought they could take it. And so all of this is coming to light. And but this card can also, this card means I know what I know, and I have conviction beyond a doubt. I'm willing to stand for what I have coming to me and stand up for myself. But this card, in context with these other cards, can also mean conviction beyond a doubt, as in a prison sentence. So there's quite a few cards here about legality, so that, you know, if you're looking into it, I feel like the justice is coming through, and especially with that North Node, March 23rd, you know, when Mercury's been out of retrograde for 3 days, and the North Node, the North Star, which is when you're following your destined path, is in strong communication. That could really pay attention to that date and pay attention to your intuition moving into this energy. So I'm going to clarify this. Oh, if you're leaving off here and you feel like this is enough information for me, thank you for your time and your energy. Please do give this a like and comment if you have enjoyed it, have had some value from it. Also consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so, and you're more than welcome. I am going to clarify now with my oracle, Tales from the Vector, and that's TAILS. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. I started this oracle back in 2007, and have completed all the 64 paintings at the end of 2020. And now I'm just ready to have time now. I'm working on building up the channel and playing with the cards. I have a lot of written information, but I am playing with the cards so that I can understand better how they work. And then I'll write it up and put it out there when I'm ready to here. Oh, here we go. So this is the cards that want to come through. So we have the energy. Oh, I'll finish this thought so I don't forget. What we have is that's in the description box below. I'll list the cards, the numbers of the cards as they show up in the order they do. And on my website, talesfromthevector.com, I have a gallery. And in the gallery, that's the number, on here is the number of the painting listed in the gallery. And we do have the energy here of the Hierophant coming in here, and this is again saying it's time to put your burdens down that don't belong to you and return them to sender. Basically, that this is something that they need to deal with, not you. If God is bringing justice down to the planet and you refuse to put the burdens of others down, then you're going to get like included in their karma. And their karma looks like it could be pretty intense here. So you might want to put those down. It's the energy coming in. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So, you know, you want to, that's what this eclipse season is about, right? Getting ready to move into the new. And that new moon's on the 18th. And then we have that North Node energy on the 23rd. So, you know, use it. Use it to the best of your ability. We have falling and failing in love is a matter of I. This is about your heart chakra, and this is being unfettered. Once you put down the burdens and you leave, let the people that deserve the karma get the karma, and don't share in karma that doesn't belong to you. A lot of people feel that karma is punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect of your actions. So if you hang on to the burdens for other people, then that is an action that you're deciding to participate in their karma. And we have the energy of the world here. So working hard, this is the world card. This is saying this is the end of this energy. I feel that you've been really working hard, and it's kind of an energy of work smart, not hard, is what I'm picking up. And it's also talking about, and this cycle is over. This is the transition where you're working so that other people can benefit, and you're carrying their burdens, and you're not the one that's enjoying your hard work. They are. We have the Hierophant coming in about lovers. So this card could be saying, you know, you have a lover here. This may mean you've never been married to this person or made a serious commitment, but the energy is talking about two things. I feel like this is a blessing in disguise, because this is talking about this didn't work out. Falling and failing in love is a matter of eye. So this card is saying that the energy that you've been in, you have to make those decisions for yourself. You have to love yourself enough to decide that you want a fair agreement. And this is, I feel, talking about the old lover and the new lover, how different it's going to be. And we have the Cancer energy. And again, this is talking about the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon. So it's talking again about this moon energy. And I feel it's because of the eclipses energy more than anything. So this is talking again, make sure you're using your intuition at this time. Also, that you're not entrenched with the energy, like you're stuck in the mud here because you can't move forward because of you know, all the emotions and all the tears that you've cried, and you still hanging on to that burden. Let it go. Let other people deal with their own shift. And this is talking so that you can be engaged in life. And actually, I'm getting engaged because I feel like there's someone coming in very quickly here. This is already happening. So it's saying letting go of this person and finding out the truth is, I feel, is going to be a bit challenging. You're going to find out some things that are like not the most pleasant truths to find out, but that once you have the truth, then you're ready to move forward. I just want to point out, when horoscope signs come out, I'm not talking about specific people in my readings. I'm talking about the state of being of that sign. We all have a little bit. We have, everybody has a bit of each sign in us, and that kind of energy, we can learn from it. We don't have to, you know, it's every single one of the signs has their strengths and their weaknesses, and we can learn from both. And, you know, take the advice of that sign, basically. And so this is saying, make sure that you are engaged in your life, not entrenched by it, like not weighed down so badly by it. We have the Virgo energy. Oh, and, you know, in your individual reading, if you're watching this and you're saying, no, my intuition is telling me, because, like, I know that this is my story, and they are a Cancer and they are a Virgo, then that could be very true for you. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying that's not my intention, because I'm reading for a lot of people here. And so the Virgo energy is the young adult energy. This is someone who's just maybe received their ticket, you know, for a trade, or, you know, your degree, you know, and you're ready to go into the workforce. You've received a promotion and you're starting a new, you know, upper management kind of position. That kind of energy. It can, so this, it can be, you could be any age really, but it's at that age, you know, that having that energy of having accomplished like a degree or paper or something that allows you to move forward in a stronger way in your in your personal life as well as your work life. Pride is a karmic space that we can all fall into. So sometimes what happens is when people live in a perfectly imperfect world and they want it to be perfect, their pride tells them, yeah, it has to be all one way or the other way. And as I said, right now it's really beneficial to having an open mind, not a closed mind. And so, you know, you'll see this sometimes. Some people are just built this way where if, you know, you go to their house one time and it's just immaculate and it's perfect. Like, wow, there's not a thing out of place. But the next time you go to their house, it's like a bomb hit. And that's their energy. It's either all or nothing. We have the Libra energy. And this is in your position of marriage and commitment and that's Libra energy is talking about when you're mature enough to be able to make decisions regarding commitments of a magnitude, such as raising children with someone, you know, getting married and promising to be with them for the rest of your life, that kind of, like those big commitments. You want to make sure that you're mature enough to make them and understand what you're getting into. And this is also ruled by Venus. So this is talking about love, and it's talking about this energy that now you're mature enough, and maybe you might be with this partner for up to like 8 years here, as I said. But having said that, maybe both of you were very young, and now you're more mature, both of you. Hopefully, after 8 years of being together, you've learned something here in this energy. And so it's talking about, you know, having that ability now where you didn't before. So that's also going to make it easier. We have the Strength card, which is talking about having the courage and the strength to be able to move forward in the way that you want. The Emperor energy, which is all about performance. So yeah, once you're with someone that you're not always wondering what's happening behind the scenes kind of energy and worrying about it, it tends to make life a lot easier. Lack of awareness, never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. So it's kind of like, you know, love is blind. And so a lot of times our intuition is yelling at us, hey, take a look at this, and we just don't want to see it. And so we don't. And then we have abuse of power. Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, especially for someone who has never had power, it can really be hard for them to understand how to deal with it. Power is, like a drug, basically. So this energy, abuse of power, when people are abusing you, it's, you're going to notice eventually, okay, this is really abusive. And when you stay in that abuse, then you don't put those burdens down, then you start abusing yourself. And so then you become part of your own abuse. And it's talking about put that down, put that down. The Tower is going to hit. Otherwise, I feel like that in my oracle, the Tower is divorce, the divorce card, but it's talking about the worst divorce is from source. So this is your spiritual position, bringing what you want on a spiritual level, being on your destined path, guided by your North Star, basic energy like that. So, yeah, this is a really, actually, it's a really good reading. Just stay on your path. The truth is coming in. Justice will be served. It looks like you have a lot of really good shift coming in. Don't be afraid of change, basically. And remember, like, now is a good time to chill out a little bit and not make real snap decisions or be in an energy of judging other people without having all the facts. So if you've enjoyed this, please do give it a like and comment. It really does empower me to build my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, besides that, I like to hear from you. And consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy. And I will be back. The next reading I have for you will be regarding that new moon on the 18th of March. Bye for now.